The Humble Bundle for Android gets some indie game bragging rights. We get a look at Coderunner for iOS and a chat with its co-creator, Jeff McPherson. Yup, that Dr. Tiki of Tiki Bar TV himself. Today on App Judgment. This episode of App Judgment is brought to you by Audible.
Welcome to App Judgment, your source for mobile application news and reviews. I'm Mauricio Balvanera.
And I'm Jackie Talbot.
And I belong over there.
No,
Yes.
I'm sorry. You know what? This is my good side. This is good.
If I took a poll of how many times I've been on that side of the desk on App Judgment.
You know what? I just get stuck with that side because it's my bad side, but that is going to be your good side today.
All right,
so,
this is my good side today.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going? We're going to do a really short news block today because we have a really, really awesome interview with a really, really awesome developer of a really, really awesome game.
Yeah, pretty much.
The game is called Coderunner,
Yeah.
if you haven't checked it out already. It's been out for a while, but we wanted to give it some special love because the developers are a dear, dear friend of ours.
Right.
And probably a dear friend of yours, too, if you're into your internet history.
I probably love him.
Stay tuned for that. We did want to make you guys aware that the Humble Bundle for Android 2 is currently out.
It is, and there's only 13 days left to purchase this one. If you haven't heard, Humble Bundle is actually, it's a group of games that have never been released on Android before, but now they are.
Yeah.
It's usually really awesome games, and then you can choose your price, which is the best thing about it, I think.
Yeah.
Pretty much whatever you want to pay.
Yeah, if you're a big indie game fan, you might be familiar with some of these titles.
Yeah.
Sword and Soldier is one of them. Cannonball, it's the classic Cannonball, the original run and jump game. It came out, it's been out as a 3D mode before, but it's 3D on Android for the first time and is 2-player, which is awesome. Zenbound 2, Cogs, Avedon, it's a big role-playing game for your Android is out as well.
Yeah.
And what's awesome about this is that it also supports the EFF and Child's Play charity.
Yeah.
And you can actually, when you go to the website, you can sort of control what portion of your donation goes to either developers or the charity or...
Yeah, so you have full control over what you're paying for and who you think should get the money. Obviously, you can send it to one of the charities or just give it back to the Humble Bundle guys themselves.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
If you want to get Sword and Soldier, you actually, last time we checked, you need to pay more than, what is it, $6.30 to get Sword and Soldiers.
So that's the average price
Yeah.
that people have been paying for this bundle, and
Right.
if you pay at least that, then you get the super awesome game.
You can fork over $7.
And it's not even just Android. You get it. You can play it on Mac, PC, Linux, wherever you want. Steam.
Yeah,
So
it's good stuff.
It
You
is.
should check
It's really
it out.
awesome.
All right, so like
Yeah.
we said, coming up, we've got an interview with, I'm just going to say it, Jeff McPherson of Tiki Bar TV, if you
That's
remember him.
right.
He's one of the developers of Coderunner, which is an awesome, awesome spy game.
Yeah, it is.
This sort of spy-ish game. It's kind of like a role-playing. It's really hard to grasp what the game is about, which is why
Yeah.
I'm glad he came on the show to talk about it with Ron.
Yeah, we needed him to explain it for everyone because it gets awesome
That's
weird.
right. That's right. It's awesome. All right, but first we want to thank our sponsor, Audible.com. They're the leading provider of downloadable digital audiobooks and spoken word entertainment. Audible has over 100,000 titles to choose from to be downloaded to your iPod, MP3 player, and played back anytime, anywhere. That includes your iPhone and Android, by the way.
That's right, whatever you want. Just go to audiblepodcast.com/appjudgment to get a free audiobook download of your choice when you sign up today. Again, go to audiblepodcast.com/appjudgment for your free audiobook.
And since we're talking about spies,
Yeah.
I wanted to recommend a book. The book is called The Company We Keep, A Husband and Wife True Life Spy Story.
Yep,
That's
Spies
a pretty,
IRL.
pretty descriptive title there.
It is.
This is not, you asked earlier, is this like Mr. and Mrs.
Yeah,
Smith?
what's his name and what's her name? That one movie.
No, there is no chase scene. There is no. This is unlike any other spy book that
It's not like
ever
Hollywood
read.
blown up or anything.
That's
It's
right.
real.
But it was actually really, really good. It's written and narrated by Dana Baer and Robert Baer, the husband and wife couple.
Of course.
But they're actually telling the story themselves in the audio version. I can't recommend this book more than I am right now. So
A lot.
check it out. And without further ado, here is Ron and Jeff.
Coderunner by Rocket Chicken Interactive is not your average iPhone game. In fact, it's unlike any iPhone game I've ever seen before. It takes a little bit of role-playing and a whole lot of the world around you. Here to tell us all about it is Coderunner's creative lead, Mr. Jeff McPherson. How you doing, Jeff?
I'm doing great. How you doing, Ron?
Doing good. You have an uncanny resemblance to Dr. Tiki from Tiki Bar TV. Did anyone ever tell you that?
Thank you very much. I find that an extraordinary compliment. I think he is probably one of the most handsome men ever to be on internet.
I agree. I do agree. He is quite the handsome man. So it's good to have you on. So,
Thanks.
So why don't you tell us all about Coderunner? What is Coderunner?
So Coderunner is an immersive first-person role-playing, location-based game, and any other buzzword I can stick in there. The idea came when I was listening to an audio version of George Orwell's 1984, and I was walking down the street, and it was raining, and it was really miserable, and I thought, this is just really a miserable experience all around. But I felt like I was in the book, particularly because how the people around me were behaving. They just looked dour because it was raining. Yeah. And I looked at this device, and I said, you know, this is really a computer. We could go beyond this. I could take this idea and actually create a world that's interactive and bring in role-playing and adventure game mechanics. And you could really feel like you were a spy.
Welcome to the new era of privacy. All of your private data will be locked away on secure government servers.
Now the government protects my secrets.
We're not worried about it.
The Department of Privacy. Your privacy is our business.
Radio check, radio check. Put your headphones in now. This is a private transmission. You have been recruited as an undercover agent for the Department of Privacy. That dot on your map is you. Listen to me. I need you to tap Barker's phone by hacking an antenna to your north.
Is anybody else listening right now?
When you download Coderunner, you get contacted by your handler, and you've been chosen because there is an emergency situation with the Department of Privacy for whom you work, and this is a very powerful Orwellian organization. And you're sent out into your neighborhood, and it knows where you are. And the first thing that it does is it starts sending you to places that you would know: your bank, your coffee shop, the local hospital. And these, when you get there, you're given tools to hack in and solve passwords to get into the systems, like the bank system. And you may upload a ferret, which is some malicious code, to start moving funds around, to blackmail people, to ruin people's lives. But they deserve it because they're enemies of the government.
We all know those enemies. They deserve whatever they get. So what you're doing is you're using the world around you, and you're almost like layering the game over it. It's kind of like augmented reality, or?
Yeah, augmented reality, or even layered reality, which I heard a journalist call it. And what you do, actually, this was designed by, I had the idea, but I had not made a game. So when Mike Ferraro, who is the game designer and comes from console games like Def Jam and Def Jam Vendetta in New York, the three of us partnered to make this game. It has an element that's like geocaching, and what's interesting is that geocaching really is a dead drop, which comes from spies, and so we've just kind of reincorporated that back into our game. But it's a single-player mission that works anywhere in the world, so you don't have to have other players to start with. But as you play this campaign throughout your town or neighborhood or wherever you are, you then get to contribute and build and create locations and tag things and vote other players' locations up and down. And you're actually building out the game world, and it becomes an open world, a sandbox.
So people can find out more about Coderunner. You can find out at Rocket Chicken's website at rocketchicken.com and at coderunnergame.com, and it's available in the iTunes store, right, Jeff? How much is it?
Yeah, it's available in the iTunes store, and I can promise you this: I don't think you will have ever played anything like it, and I'll make you this guarantee that if you buy the game, and it's not one of these freemium games where we nag you, you have to pay up front. If you buy the game, I will use those proceeds to buy myself something nice. But also, I had this other idea. It would be really cool if Revision 3 and AppJudgment viewers added a little symbol so that I knew they were coming from here, and that we could later on somehow incorporate this secret team of spies. When you create your username, you have to create your spy handle at one point. Just add a little underscore to the end. Don't tell anybody else who hasn't seen this.
Cool, excellent. So we'll build up the AppJudgment army by adding underscores to our usernames on Coderunner. Awesome.
Right.
Thank you so much, Jeff. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. Best of luck.
Thanks so much, Ron.
Best of luck with the game. And for all of you out there into AppJudgment, you can check us out on Twitter, on YouTube, on Facebook, and of course, Crosswalk. And that was great to hear about Coderunner, and we'll see you tomorrow.